Thank you for watching the Saga review. So the Halo Infinite issues are still continuing going on. Just a quick recap if you're not aware of what's happening with the upcoming Halo game, which was supposed to launch along with the Xbox Series X, which is slated to come out at the end of the year, well, holiday 2020, so November this year, pretty much at some point. Halo Infinite was supposed to be the launch title for that console. Of course, the big seller, Halo. Of course, Halo has been cancelled. It's supposed to come out sometime in 2021. They haven't given us a date. They haven't said anything specific. They just said that it needed more time, and it will be coming out next year. There were tons of rumors that there's tons of issues at 343 with current management, and things are not going the way they should be going. So they brought in Joseph Staten, who worked on the first 3 Halo games. This obviously shows that most likely the Halo game right now is in a lot of trouble, and of course, I mean, we know that because it's being cancelled technically until next year. So that was one thing. So the next thing that happened is it came out the multiplayer was going to be its own separate game, its own mode, and it's going to be free. Now I'm saying that it's going to be a separate mode, and the reason I'm saying that is because it's going to be free, right? So multiplayer with Halo for years is part of the story. So you get the game, and then you have the option to play a single player story or whatever the story part of Halo, and then you have the option of playing multiplayer, but it's all in the one disc or digital download, whatever way you get your games. Now, by them saying that multiplayer is going to be free, that means that multiplayer is going to be its own separate game. There's no way to make it free unless you own the other part of the game. You know what I mean? So that leads me to believe that it is going to be a separate game. Now the rumors were that they were going to release Halo multiplayer first with the launch of the Xbox Series X, which would have been a huge mistake if they did that, because no one is going to when the single player campaign comes out, it's going to be very few people who are going to pay the money to play that. This is an amazing, incredible game. And I mean, historically, more people buy Halo to play the multiplayer portion of the game than to play the single story portion of the game. I personally like playing the single story portion of the game. That's my favorite part of the game. I do play multiplayer, but I'm not very good at playing Halo multiplayer, so I play it here and there because I get killed a lot and it becomes kind of boring. And so unless I'm playing with like people that I know, and then that's a fun experience, but that's besides the point. So the rumor was that Microsoft was going to release Halo multiplayer by itself, which would have been a huge mistake. But now Halo community director Brian Jarrett, sorry, I'm probably butchering that name, responded to the rumors on Reddit, and this is the full statement. Okay, normally we don't even entertain this kind of stuff, but seeing as I'm partially implicated here, I'm going to address the part where he claims Phil Spencer validated his prior reporting, even though I-343 denied it. Now he's referring to the Brad Sams report. The reporting at the time said MP would not be shipping with single player this fall. For a hot minute, it was creating a storm on social until I chimed in to debunk it. The tweet that made that claim was then deleted. Phil Spencer went on Animal Talking recently, and while discussing the Infinite shift to 2021, that's Halo Infinite, did mention that separating MP and campaign was briefly considered before the decision was made to shift it all to next year. These are not the same things at all. Sam's unsubstantiated report in late July was 100% false, and no such plan or discussion had ever happened. Campaign was never going to ship without MP, period. More recently, as it became clear that the project needed more time, part of that assessment did entail trying to see if perhaps just MP could launch as planned but was deemed a non-starter. So even if that would have been the outcome, it's the opposite of what was reported in late July. People can and will make up whatever stories they want, but I have to draw the line at being personally implicated as being dishonest with the community. I may not always be allowed to say what I want to say. For example, I'm probably not allowed to really get into a point by point response to this article, but I will always speak the truth. Now that was a community manager expressing obviously his distaste, this expressing his anger in a way with reports that are being given. But I mean, the report isn't a crazy report if you think about it, because you have your brand new console that's set to launch at the end of the year, correct? November holiday, whatever you want to call it. Now this console, state of the art, is going to beat everything. It's going it's going to run Crisis. Um, this console is going to have its bigger showstopper, which is supposed to be Halo Infinite. You show Halo Infinite in a press event to the world to say, hey, look, this is what our console can do. And the response is, this doesn't look good. This is a problem. Now, there's been rumors that 343 has been creating a lot of issues, has had a lot of issues as a company, as just developing Halo. There's obviously the games that they have delivered since they took over Bungie haven't been the greatest games. I mean, they took off the co-op, a couch co-op, or whatever you want to call it, which was a staple of the Halo series. People were up in arms over that. I think to me was the stupidest, dumbest decision they could have ever made. Um, but the story it became convoluted. Like if you ever have played the games, and it's just it wasn't Halo, and this Halo was supposed to bring it back to its roots, and not only that, but also show what the console is capable of. So it is not a crazy idea to think that Microsoft will say, "Holy, we have our biggest franchise that won't be launching with our biggest console, which is supposed to showcase what our console can do. Why don't we just release what we have ready now and release the rest later?" It's not a crazy idea. So even, I mean, you could float it as a rumor, um, because clearly the guy's kind of confirming that, hey, this was thought of, kind of flowed for like a minute. We were sitting in a meeting and somebody's like, why don't we release multiplayer by itself? And somebody was like, are you fucking crazy? And somebody was, are you crazy? And then they were like, all right, I am. Sorry, never mind. Forget it. So I think right now, 343 and Microsoft are doing a lot of damage control because they've created this issue for themselves. It's been apparent that 343 hasn't been doing a great job with the franchise for a while. I'm sure somebody had to notice that the game wasn't up to par with what they were trying to do. Um, and instead of stopping and, trying to regroup or something, they waited till the last minute, and now it's too late. Um, there's no date for 2021. My guess is that that game isn't going to release until the end, holiday 2021. Because if they're bringing somebody to pretty much retool the story, that's kind of like retooling the whole game, because the story is like one of the first things that you lay out to build the game on, you know. So I don't know. It's just I like Xbox. I'm an Xbox fan. I like Halo. I do play some games on computer too, but my go-to gaming place, machine, whatever you want to call it, is Xbox, and it's been for years. So I hope that they can get it together, that they can figure it out, and I guess we'll see what comes out of this. I'm sure more news will be coming out. I mean, they're gonna give us a price on what the Xbox Series X is going to be. I thought they were supposed to have an event now in August, but I mean August is almost over, so I guess September is going to be the date that they're gonna give us um, some info on that. Who knows? Make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that bell so you can be alerted when I post more videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.